I'm
I'm not
Batman.
wearing hockey pads.
Where's Rachel? Hello, everyone, and welcome to an audio fan commentary on Batman Begins, which is the first movie of Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. Very critically acclaimed movies, considered by some to be the best superhero trilogy of all time. So, no pressure. Before we begin today's commentary, we'd just like to take a moment to give a shout out to a very special person and a very special subscriber, Harry Thomas. Unfortunately, he had some very tragic news recently, which I won't say on here for his own discretion, but I just wanted to take this moment to say Harry is a wonderful man, such a lovely guy, a great YouTuber, and I hope if he's watching this, then Harry, I hope you're doing okay, and I know you're going through a rough time at the moment, but I'm sure you'll be okay. So you have our full support if you need it. And please subscribe to his channel. He does movie reviews, he draws artwork, he's a very talented guy, and he's a very nice guy. So please show your support for him during this difficult time. Jack, do you want to echo any of that, or should we just move on?
No. I mean, I agree with you. I was really sad to hear the news that Harry put up recently in his channel, and I know he's going through a lot of heartache and pain at the moment. And I'm just, saying that, here for you, man. And if you ever need to talk to us, then we'll always be here. And just stay strong, Harry. And hopefully you'll come out of this at the other end, and hopefully your life will return back to normal in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, I mean, I know he's going through a lot of pain at the moment, and all I have to say is, God help you, man, and I'm thinking about you, and me and Ollie are here for you, if you ever need us. But yeah, stay strong and stay safe. But yeah, that's all I have to say. But
yeah. Thanks, Jack, for the kind words, and I'm sure he'd appreciate it from both of us. Anyway, moving on from that, like all our other commentaries, this is a fan commentary. We're just people watching the movie and commenting. We're not trying to gain any money out of this. We can't show the picture of the movie for legal reasons. So if you put your DVD or Blu-ray in, put your timestamp to 0, and then follow along with us as we're watching, then you can do that. Or if you just want to listen, then fair enough. That's your choice. And again, we'll watch, we'll comment as we go, and then at the end we'll do a brief summary and give a rating out of 10. So yes, this movie was released in 2005 as well, so 15 years ago. It's hard to believe that it's 15 years old, but there we go. Is there anything else that we need to say, Jack, before we start, or are you ready to go?
I have one thing to say.
Go on.
Batman, Batman, Batman.
Yeah, Adam West, be gone from this universe.
Oh no, come on! You gotta love Adam West.
Oh yeah, no, I love him, but I mean from this particular trilogy. Sorry, not this universe, this trilogy.
Yeah.
That would be funny. Though.
Yeah, I guess I have to say as well. You failed to maintain your weapons, son.
yeah. Oh yeah, there's a great cast for this movie. But anyway, let's get it started. So, do you want to do the countdown, or shall I do it?
I'll do it.
Go ahead, baby.
3, 2, 1, to the Batmobile.
I mean, we won't actually hear that theme in this particular version of Batman. And actually, this is actually a reboot to the Batman film series because obviously it's an origin story, much like the original Tim Burton movie from 1989, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting to see the opening here in black and white. Yeah, kind of reminds me a bit of Casino Royale, that pre-opening before you see the bats.
Yeah, I've always thought the Christopher Nolan movies were kind of geared more sort of realistically because I think the series had gone way too far with its campiness with the Joel Schumacher films, or Joel Shitmacher films as I call them. But
Yeah.
I love this opening scene with young Bruce and Rachel when they're playing in the back garden, and then he falls down the well. And we kind of the film is very non-linear. It sort of goes back and forth between when they're younger and in the present day. So the story is told out of order, but it still actually works because we get to see the insight into Bruce and his fear of bats. And I think this film is a powerful drama. You know, it's not really as much. There isn't as much action in this film as perhaps some people would have thought, but I really like the drama of this film.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't like bats?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, the Chinese eat them, so no wonder he doesn't like them.
Maybe he'll get coronavirus off it.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, just a quick note to everybody out there. Obviously, there's a big pandemic going on, so I hope everyone's doing okay during this coronavirus lockdown period. Yeah, stay safe.
Yeah, I heard the lockdown's getting lifted soon, so yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I doubt the virus will be gone by then, but we'll see. I hope the lockdown gets lifted at some point, potentially in summer.
This is quite interesting. I guess he's like homeless here, or yeah.
Yeah. I think he's doing this, isn't he, to get over the trauma of his parents' death, and he's trying to kind of find inner peace, isn't he? Like because he's heading to the ninja school, and he's never quite been able to get over his fears, and I think this is the whole point. He's trying to go on a journey of self-discovery, I guess.
Yeah. This kind of reminds me of an episode of Batman the Animated Series where he goes undercover as this homeless person, because he's like homeless people are being kidnapped and used as like labor in the desert. But yeah, and immediately from this action scene, you can tell this is a really gritty Batman film, and it's only going to get darker as the next two come along. But yeah, there's definitely no Arnold Schwarzenegger saying who killed the dinosaurs.
The BBC with Doctor Who. Invasion of the Dinosaurs.
What killed the Batman franchise? Joel Schumacher.
I really love Liam Neeson in this film. Oh yes, Qui-Gon Jinn. This could be one of Liam Neeson's best performances, and I think he's actually lost a bit of weight. You know, he looks very slim in this movie.
Yeah, I mean he's never been a big guy, but yeah, he does look quite thin here, but yeah.
I mean nowadays he's getting a bit podgy, but that's not that's not a criticism or anything. But he's never since he was Qui-Gon Jinn, I think he's lost a few pounds, but he looks really well suited for Ra's al Ghul. Obviously, we don't know he's Ra's al Ghul yet. I think he's called Ducard or something, but. Yeah.
He's still an action star all these years later.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, the stamina of the guy is kind of something.
Kind of tragic what happened to his wife, but yeah.
Yes, Natasha Richardson. She died in a skiing accident. Oh, bless. That's a really sad thing to yeah.
This looks really good in Blu-ray.
It does, yeah. Have you got the trilogy set? I've just got them individually.
I got the trilogy Blu-ray set.
Sexy.
Well, I think Catwoman's sexy.
Oh yes, we'll get to her in the third film.
Yeah. Although saying that, if I had to choose between Michelle Pfeiffer and Anne Hathaway, I'd have to go with Michelle Pfeiffer. But
I would agree with that. I would agree, but I think Anne Hathaway is underrated as Catwoman. I think she's quite good actually. But Michelle Pfeiffer will always be the most iconic on-screen Catwoman. will not pass
Yeah.
any comment over Halle Berry. I mean, I haven't seen the movie Batwoman, but I've heard it's awful.
Don't bother if it's shit.
Mm.
You know, I might
Only to
do a
go
rant
around.
on that someday. Yeah.
Mm.
No, but I
But
mean, talking about Anne Hathaway, the honest trailers, the Prince Ass Diaries.
yeah, buy cocaine.
You failed to maintain your weapon, son.
I mean, Batman Begins, I guess, is the most different out of the three movies because it starts out kind of obscure, I suppose, because he goes to the ninja school and he goes on this sort of journey of isolation, and he's trying to, you know, like I said earlier, he's trying to sort of overcome his fears and discover himself, and get over the trauma of what happened to his parents. And yeah, I also like the music of these films. Hans Zimmer composed some brilliant music.
Yeah, I like the sets here. I mean, I think when I was younger, I wasn't really a fan of this because, like, all the stuff here, like set in Japan or China or whatever it was, I thought, like, how is this Batman? When I was younger, I was like, get to Batman already. I mean, I know it's called Batman Begins, but when I was younger, I was like, can we just get to Batman, please? But yeah, I mean, it makes sense. He's going through this journey to become Batman. He doesn't become Batman straight away.
Yeah, and I think that's important to show the journey of Bruce Wayne. I mean, it's not like the Hulk movie where it takes fucking ages and they're just fucking talking for no reason. There's actually a plot here. There's this movie's not about a bat, a guy dressed as a bat smashing things. It's more than that. It's a personal story, and I like that. And if the story in Hulk was as interesting as this, then it would probably have been a better film. But no, yeah, I mean, Batman Begins is a good start. I mean, maybe it does take a while to get to him putting on the suit, but I think that's the point because when he does get to wear the suit, there's more of an impact, and you feel like, wow, okay, Bruce has really sort of changed, and he's become fearless.
Could you imagine if he met the Chinese guy from Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End?
So thing, yeah. To deliver the 10th piece of 8.
I think Liam Neeson's quite good in this, and Christian Bale, I think, was a really good choice as Batman. I mean, it's interesting about Batman Begins. They sort of had to reboot the franchise after. I mean, it's sort of similar to James Bond. Die Another Day was awful and killed the franchise, and Batman, and Robin was awful and it killed the franchise. So, with this film and Casino Royale a year later, they had to breathe new life into franchises that were dead for 4 or 5 years. But yeah, I mean, Batman was dead even longer, like 8 years between this and Batman and Robin. But yeah,
I kind of feel that Batman has died kind of sooner than that. I kind of felt like it was dying with Batman Forever as well.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't hate Batman Forever, but I can understand if people aren't a fan of it. But
yeah,
for me, it's okay, But oh shit. Ra's al Ghul in the comics is quite prominent.
Yeah, he's one of the most iconic villains, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think Batman actually has some of the best villains. Sorry, you first.
No, sorry, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I was going to say, I think Batman has some of the most iconic villains. I mean, you've got the Joker, Ra's al Ghul, Scarecrow, Penguin,
the
Riddler, Bane. There's so many. I mean, they're all really great characters. I mean, I'm glad they didn't choose to go with the Penguin though, because I don't think that would have been good for a realistic type Batman film series. Yeah. But the Scarecrow was a great idea. Although he's a bit underused in this film, but he's still pretty good though.
One thing I will say though about this film, which I quite like, is they don't force in the Joker there straight away into the first Batman film. Like, that's one thing I will say about the 89 Batman film. I do really like the 1989 Batman film with Jack Nicholson, but they kind of made the Joker more prominent in that film than Batman. This film really is more about Batman. This film really is more about Batman because Batman, like the first two Batman films of Tim Burton, they more focused on the villains. This film really focuses on the character of Bruce Wayne and Batman. But yeah,
exactly, and also focuses. Speaking of characters, like we get to see a bit more of the relationship between him and his parents, which I like because obviously in the Burton film we just see the parents murdered straight away. So it's quite nice that they took a few minutes at least just to show like how close he was with his dad and how much he loved his mum, and of course having Alfred there as well, played by Michael Caine. And they really do a good job of making this quite tragic, this opening.
Yeah.
And the little kid that plays young Bruce Wayne, he's really good. He gives a great emotional performance.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to find good child actors, but he's actually pretty good. And
Jake Lloyd.
Could you imagine? What's his name? Oh yeah, could you imagine Joaquin Phoenix as Arthur Fleck arriving at the mansion like, I'm looking for my dad, Thomas Wayne.
Oh yeah, funny, yeah, because they did tie they try and tie Arthur Fleck into that. But the end of the Joker movie was really good actually. The way it kind of tied into the start of Batman's story, which I thought was really clever.
I mean, Gotham here looks a lot different to the Gotham in the Tim Burton Batman films. I mean, the Gotham in the Tim Burton ones was a lot more gothic. This one is just kind of like a modern city sort of thing. But, yeah.
I gotta say though, one criticism I have about this scene: why on earth, like, would they take him to an opera about bats when they know he's scared of them? Like, what? It's bizarre.
Yeah. Not only that, but why would they want to watch an opera about bats?
Yeah.
Okay, we get it. It's Batman, but does he really need to see an opera about bats?
Yeah. Maybe they didn't know that the opera had bats. Fair enough, but surely, like, you would have read a plot synopsis or researched into the show. But oh well.
Yeah, the guy who plays Bruce Wayne's father, he looks a bit like Dennis Hopper, but
yeah. He reminds me of Matthew McConaughey, All rise.
See a scene where I think Joe Chill kills his parents.
Yeah. What else I love about this film is that it's also like a crime thriller. It's as well as a Batman film. You really get to see kind of the underbelly of Gotham and how much of a rough place that it is. Even more so in The Dark Knight, which is the next film.
Oh shit! He shoots her as well. I'm surprised he didn't shoot Bruce either.
Yeah.
I suppose he couldn't kill a kid, but yeah.
No.
It's quite tragic, but yeah.
Oh, I love that. And he says, "Don't be afraid." And to watch both your parents die right in front of you is, God, that must be awful.
Yeah, and murdered. I think in the Batman comics, it's Joe Chill. That's the name of the guy who kills his parents. But
yeah. I don't know if they actually reveal his name here, but yeah, I think they do actually. No, they do refer to him as Chill.
Yeah. That was Gary Oldman, Commissioner Gordon. Well, before he was Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah. Gary Oldman is great in these movies. He is really good as Jim Gordon.
Yeah. He was a perfect casting for Commissioner Gordon, because one thing I will say about Commissioner Gordon before in the other films, I mean, no offense, but he was crap. He did nothing. There was no relationship with him and Batman. Yeah.
We get to see almost every character have some kind of a relationship with Batman. I mean, and this guy, Commissioner Lau or Lou, whatever his name is. Yeah.
He looks like Philip.
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, yeah. What's interesting though in the in the Tim Burton Batman film, it was the Joker who killed his parents, which is interesting. But here it's Joe Chill. But yeah, there he is, Michael Caine.
Excellent hands. We'll be watching the Empire. You grow up.
You were only meant to blow the bloody doors off.
Well, at least Bruce doesn't have to worry about his future career because it's waiting for him.
I think Michael Caine was perfect casting as Alfred because I mean Alfred, the Alfred we had before, Michael Gough, he was really good, but Michael Caine is as Alfred. I mean, he's he brings a lot more
Emotion.
His character's emotion, and he's a lot more fleshed out. I mean, I thought Michael Gough was great as Alfred, but he doesn't get as many emotional scenes between himself and Bruce as Alfred did, played by Michael Caine in the Nolan trilogy. But
yeah, I agree. This is a really emotional film, and Alfred has to become his surrogate father, really. Like,
yeah. I mean, we're about nearly 20 minutes in, but pacing's been not too bad so far.
Yeah. I mean, it is more of an emotional drama. I mean, there is action in this film, but it comes later. It's, as a kid, it did feel quite long, but it was always a good film. I always liked it, but I think I grew to love it even more as an adult.
Yeah. I've always had a weird relationship with Batman Begins. Like, I mean, when I first saw it, I just thought it was okay. I think my main problem with it when I was younger was it does take a while for him to finally become Batman. But I mean, I understand why they did it. They wanted to build up to him becoming the Dark Knight.
Yeah. Well, I've not seen these films for ages. My God, they have aged very well.
Yeah.
Well, this one has. I mean, we'll get to The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises soon, but
yeah. A lot of people say Dark Knight Rises is the weakest of the trilogy, but I actually might have to say this one is. It's not bad. It's a good film, but I think I prefer Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. But yeah.
I think The Dark Knight Rises is underrated.
Yeah.
I think all three are brilliant.
Yeah.
I like how he's sort of tempting him and testing his anger to see how far he will fail in the fight.
Imagine if he said, "No, take on this."
Oh God, no dancing in these films, thank God.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting about Ra's al Ghul. He's not really he's not like the other Batman villains. He doesn't have a crazy outfit or a crazy personality. He's just sort of this sort of warrior guy.
Yeah, like a ninja.
Yeah.
You haven't beaten me. You've sacrificed short.
How old was Christian Bale when he did this? Was he in his late 20s, early 30s?
What Liam Neeson?
No, Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. I think here he must be in his 30s, maybe late 30s. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he's actually Australian.
No, Christian Bale's he's British.
Oh right, no. I thought he was Australian.
No, he's from England.
Oh right.
Yeah, he's an English actor. I when I was younger, I always used to think he was American because he did the American accent so well.
Yeah, he does do a good American accent.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's Welsh. It says he was born in Haverfordwest, Pembrokeshire in Wales. Oh, so he is. Well, he's from the UK, so yeah.
Yeah, well, he's British. Yeah.
Well, no, he's Welsh.
Yeah, well, the Welsh are British as well.
He's going to be in the new Thor movie. Which is interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie though. Christian Bale, he does have a bit of an ego. I mean, we've all heard about his rant on the Terminator set.
I mean, do I go around the set going da 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 da?
He did it in character as well. No, I mean, he's a decent actor and he's quite good in these movies, but he does have a bit of an ego.
It's very distracting.
Yeah. I mean, I you know how I feel about that film, and I didn't think Christian Bale was really that good in Terminator Salvation, but he was a great Batman for the 3 movies that he did.
Yeah. Well, you know, Michael Caine, he's been in so many great movies, you know?
I'll give it to him.
Imagine Michael Caine as the Joker.
I can't imagine that, actually. That would be weird.
I'm going to make this pencil disappear.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, the film goes back to sort of before he sets out on his journey. So he decides to, like, sell his house or something.
Christian Bale, though, is a really good actor. I mean, pretty much in everything I've seen him in, he's always been really good. I mean, he definitely deserved the Oscar that he won for The Fighter. But yeah, I'm surprised he didn't win an Oscar for any of the Batman films. But yeah,
maybe his voice was for Batman was a bit too much for some people.
Yeah. One thing I will say though that kind of pisses me off. It annoys me that Black Panther got nominated for Best Picture, but Dark Knight didn't even get a nomination for Best Picture. Like, what the fuck is wrong with the Academy? I'm not going to go on a rant like some people would, you know, but yeah.
Anyway, interesting to see that he's like hiding a gun and he's going to go and kill Chill. Like, he still wants revenge for the death of his parents all these years, even when he's grown up.
I think the actress who plays Rachel in the second one, Dark Knight, is much better than the actress here.
Yeah, I mean, Katie Holmes she's all right in this film, but she's kind of just a pretty face, you know. She doesn't give the role much personality. She's probably the weakest in the cast, but she's still good. Like, I still think she gives a decent performance, but I think Maggie Gyllenhaal is probably better as Rachel in the second one, in The Dark Knight.
Yeah. Is it me, but Bale looks a little bit fatter in this film than he does in the 2 sequels. I mean, he's not fat, but he looks a bit thinner in The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. But I'm not saying he's fat here, but yeah.
So, perhaps he lost weight within the time he was making these films, but yeah.
I mean, that haircut kind of does make him look like Peter Parker.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess this is a flashback, and it's sort of meant to. Maybe that was meant to sort of distinguish the time from when he left.
It's quite dramatic when he kills the guy.
Well, I don't think it's him actually that kills Chill. It's someone else.
I thought it was him. He put the gun in his jacket and then he shot him, I thought.
No, I think he walks up. He goes to kill him, but someone else actually comes in and shoots him first. I think that's what happens.
Yeah.
It's weird that they're doing this trial years. They're doing this trial years after the parents are dead. Like, you think they would have done that a lot sooner.
Yeah, not only that, but you'd think he would go out on revenge and have killed him in like private much sooner.
Yeah, I suppose it was a case of tracking him down would have been quite difficult. This was the good opportunity to do so.
Yeah. I mean, 2005 was a big year for films because with Spider-Man and X-Men,
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, someone else killed them.
Yeah, it was like a female. I think it was like a female reporter or like someone who was pretending to be a reporter just shot him.
He wasn't wearing hockey pads.
Falcone paid him off to get Chill out in the open.
Maybe I should be thanking him.
Oh yeah, I like that we also get kind of the inner workings of like the gangs of Gotham, like the Falcone gang and stuff, like the sort of mafia of Gotham. It kind of harks back to all those old sort of gangster movies, I suppose, in a slight way. I mean, I know it's more focused on in this movie and the next one, not so much The Dark Knight Rises, but it's nice that we get an insight into that. There's a scene I think coming up where he goes and meets the head of the gang. Yeah.
I have to say, Joe Chill, I want you to kill Bruce Wayne's parents.
Don Bruce Corleone.
Can you imagine Batman versus Don Corleone? Where is he? I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Batman.
I just want to see the world burn.
Don Lino.
Don Lino. That was funny.
Listen, you, huh? I'm talking to you, Batman, huh? You've broken my circle of trust. Yo.
Round and round we go.
No, I can't.
Oh, he's got a gun.
Dear. She now sees the lengths he would go to just for revenge.
Why did she do that?
Because she didn't want him to murder someone. Even though his parents died, she wouldn't want him to be sent down for murder. She thought he was he had a lot more sort of dignity than that. But
yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's why he goes to find his peace.
It's interesting. In the original Batman comics, Batman carried a gun and he shot people, but yeah.
Yeah.
He just throws the gun away. I'd have kept that gun for a rainy day.
Yeah. He could have used it to shot Joel Schumacher.
Taller than you look in the tabloids, Mr.
Whoa. Yeah.
I'm insulted.
Maybe you should have shot Chris Chibnall with that gun.
Oh yeah, Chris Chibnall.
Thank you. Thank you. I came here to show you that not everyone in Gotham's afraid of you. Only those who know me, kid. Look around you. You'll see two constables, a union official, a couple off-duty cops, and a judge. No,
I have to say, you were very unwise, Bruce Wayne, to come to my establishment on the day of my daughter's wedding.
Yeah.
You haven't thought it through.
Yeah, the guy who plays the gangster here. He actually does a really good job.
Yeah, he's a pretty good mafia gang leader.
And the thing is, as well, in the original Batman comics, Batman fought the mob quite a few times. But yeah,
I mean, there was the mob that would cause the most trouble in Gotham, more than the villains.
Yeah, I think Rupert Thorne was the mobster in Gotham, but yeah.
Who didn't know your name, so don't come down here with your anger, trying to prove something to yourself.
I think there's Salvatore Maroni as well.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, kid! What the fuck are you trying to prove?
Yeah, you got spirit, kid. I'll give you that. More than your old man, anyway.
You got spirit, kid.
Told me about
he was just stupid coming down here to see him. It's like, was he asking for a death wish? This is the mob here,
like a dog.
Like a dog. He's like, Chill. I find out Chill is part of the gang, and he says he told him about the night his parents were killed. But I think that was a load of BS. I think he was just saying that to piss him off and get him angry. And stuff, intimidating.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, did you see a real bright light from Terminator?
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Run, Batman, run!
Dick.
You know, I never understood why he gave him his coat and like swapped it for like a shitty ass coat. Like, yeah.
Don't know. I guess.
McGuire.
Well, yeah. I guess maybe he felt sorry for the guy because he looked like he was a homeless man. So, yeah, perhaps he gave him his nice coat just to, you know, be nice.
Yeah. Oh, he's stealing fruit. No, it's interesting that even though this is more like even if this is like a more realistic take on Batman, it's interesting how much Nolan took from the comic books, like the Dark Knight Rises, that whole scene where Bane breaks Batman's back.
Yeah.
That was actually in the original comic that introduced Bane, because in the
really?
comic book, in the comic book that introduced Bane, he broke Batman's back, and so we used that for Dark Knight Rises. But
oh wow, nice. I really like this scene when he's got his like ninja test or whatever it is, and then he's given the option. He's given the task to kill that guy, and then he can't do it because he remembers what happened before with Jill and what Rachel said, and when he tossed the gun away, realizing that he can't find peace if he has to kill people, because then it'd just be a whole waste of time. He didn't come here to kill anyone; he just came here to overcome the death of his parents and get over his fears. But yeah, it's quite a well shot scene.
As they said in the Dark Knight, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
Yeah, some great dialogue in these movies.
Oh, look, it's Lego Ninjago.
For your eyes only.
I mean, for feck's sake, why is he wearing a Lego Ninjago outfit?
Yes, Sam, I am a fan of the Batman films. Well, for the most part, anyway. I'm not a fan of Batman vs Superman.
It would be the commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Sam, Ollie did review the Batman films a few years ago on his channel, so yeah. Let the challenge begin.
Raven. That was a good show.
I'm shaking my booty.
This is actually quite a scary film as well, I think. Later on, it gets pretty scary with the scarecrow.
Yeah. I think Cillian Murphy was a great casting choice.
I agree. I mean, I suppose my one complaint is that he is a bit underused, but he's still good when he's there,
Yeah. It's interesting that he sort of trains to be a ninja, but he becomes Batman.
Yeah. He tries to do things in his own way. He can't live the ninja way because he won't kill. He'll beat people up, but he won't kill them.
Yeah. I do think the pacing is slowing down a little bit, but yeah. Uh-oh.
But don't worry, Jack. We have an action scene coming up.
Impressive.
They've mastered the art of spin jitsu.
They mastered the art of incense.
I mean, I know the perfect torture for him. Make him watch Lego Ninjago back to back.
He'd honestly rather have his balls whacked. But this is quite tense, how he just, like they're saying, if you want to become one of us, then kill him. Kill that man there. Oy vey.
He's conflicted.
No execution.
Yeah.
Your compassion is a weakness your enemies will not share. That's why it's so.
And does it bother you not killing all those people? Well, I wouldn't be very good at my job if it did.
Suck on that.
Corrupt bureaucrats. Criminals mock society's laws.
Oh, I'm sorry. That last film nearly killed me.
Trust me, I'm the Batman.
You are prepared to do what is
Oh God, he becomes Pete Tyler. Trust me on this.
Gotham.
Favored sir. You will be ideally placed to strike out the heart of criminal. Gotham's time has come. Like Constantinople or Rome.
Last year was the 80th anniversary of the Batman franchise.
Oh, nice. He's getting old, isn't he?
Yeah.
This is the
Yes.
important function of the League of Shadows. It is when we perform it for
Yada
My
yada.
granddad was big,
Gotham
yeah.
must be.
I was gonna say my granddad was a big Batman fan, and he was also a big Superman fan as well.
Ra's al Ghul.
What he asks in return is the courage to do what is necessary. I will go back to Gotham and I will fight men like this, but
I think Batman is my favorite superhero because he doesn't have superpowers. He's just an ordinary man in a
No,
in a
his
suit.
superpower is that he has lots and lots of money.
We need to get money.
Money.
Money is such a wonderful thing. Quite so. Quite so.
This is good what he does.
Kill him.
your choice is necessary, my friend.
It's interesting that this all sort of comes back to bite him on the arse.
Yeah, they will come after him later on in the story. I quite like this action scene. I mean, perhaps, it's a bit short, but the sword fight's good. Ah!
Cracking knob!
Excelsior!
I bet his first challenge would be strangle his companion.
At least with this action scene, they don't shoot it with shaky cam. You can actually see what's going on.
Yeah.
The weird thing is, though, he survives.
He's gonna regret saving Ra's al Ghul's life.
Yeah, the real Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Ninja Training House. It's been nice knowing you.
There goes up the set.
Bygone spin.
Imagine they played California Girls. I wish they all could be California.
Oh, God.
I'm surprised he didn't break his arm.
Yeah. It looks like he's sort of really stretching himself struggling to stay on.
I mean, I know he values his life because he trained him, but you know, he should have just let him die because then he would never have come back to cause him all this chaos.
That's true. Then I guess there wouldn't have been a story.
Yeah.
I will tell him you said he's alive.
Christian Bale's a bit of a pretty boy.
Yeah. Not as much as Hayden Christensen.
or as we like to call him, hey, don't act again.
By cocaine.
Master Wayne, you've been gone a long time. So how? You look very fashionable.
Master Wayne, I only opened the bloody door, sir.
I'm not sure if you could have gone from their city doesn't belong to the criminals.
I mean, he's just such a great casting choice because Michael Caine's such a great actor. He's been in so many great films over the years. And
I mean, the first film he did, Zulu, that's a great movie.
yeah.
I have to watch that sometime and commentate on it. But yeah, the way they build up to that big battle at the end is really incredible.
Get Carter is also really good. That's a great film. I think they remade Get Carter with Stallone, but it was awful.
Yeah. Sylvester Stallone needs to retire, I think. He's getting on a bit.
I assume that as you're taking on the underworld, this symbol.
Live for nothing or die for something.
That's how fuck is done.
You know what it is about? It isn't about how hard you fuck. It's about how hard you get fucked. Keep moving forward.
Master Wayne, you've been gone a long time.
Oh God, he would have been awful as Alfred. No offense,
Yeah.
Stallone. But
Yeah.
could you imagine Stallone as the Joker? Hey, you want to see a magic trick?
Yeah.
Why so serious?
In my opinion, Mr. Zaz is as much a danger to
I love Cillian Murphy in Peaky Blinders. He's really good. He's the main character in that. He's great.
Oh, right. I haven't actually watched Peaky Blinders, but I hear it's really good.
You really think a man who butchers people?
Yeah, they've done about like 5 series now on it. Yeah, it's a great show, and he's the main character in it, and it's set in Birmingham in north of England. But yeah, it's a great show.
He's actually an American actor, though, isn't he?
No, he's Irish.
Oh, he's Irish. Oh, right. Nice. Oh, you know one?
I think you should check.
No.
Well, he does a convincing American accent.
No, yeah, no, he's Irish though. I mean, if you watch any interview of him, he's got that, Irish accent,
Oh, nice. Oh, he's from Dublin.
I don't know where he's from. He could be from Dublin but I think he's from the south of Ireland. I know that.
Okay, she's seeing someone.
No.
Oh, yeah, Bruce has been gone for 7 years or something. I've forgotten about that. He stayed away for 7 years. Blimey.
This isn't bad so far. It's pretty good, but it is a little bit. One criticism I will give it is it is a bit slow. I mean, it's not laboriously long, but it does take its time to get going. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's been on for 45 minutes. We will get to Batman very soon. I mean, now he's actually he's going to make the suit, and then we'll see him. So it's moving, and it's grooving.
Now I'm wearing hockey pads.
I think that's the trick. Just get through the first hour, and then when you pass the first hour, it starts getting really good.
Do you think he'll get out his craggy knob?
Maybe, as long as he doesn't show it for his costume. Oh, the Batcave.
It was. That was a fun commentary. The twin dilemma.
Oh God, was it though? Was it fun to watch the story? I don't know. Well, it was fun to do a rant on it, I suppose.
Yeah, no, it was fun to rant on the slugs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, Alan. I mean, if you like it, that's fair enough. But I can't stand that story. But yeah,
I like the design of the Batcave. Like they made it look more like a realistic looking cave than I think it has done in the past. But obviously, at this stage, he hasn't adapted it. He's just kind of discovering it. But it's nice and yeah.
It is a bit convenient that he has a cave right next to his mansion.
To be fair, I mean, it explains how he saw the bats when he was a kid, I suppose, with the well, you know.
Can you imagine those bats just like bit his face off?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice music.
Interesting thing about bats is they're blind, or they can't really see that well. But yeah.
Hey, I scratch
Yeah.
your back, you scratch mine, Doc. I'm bringing in the shipments. You're paying me for that. Maybe money isn't as interesting to me as favors.
Oh yeah, he's a double dealer. This Scarecrow is working with Falcone.
Mr. Falcone. But you know who I'm working for. And when he gets here, he's coming to Gotham. It's real.
We get to see some sort of hallucinogenic scenes with his deadly gas, should we say?
It's bothering
I do like Cillian Murphy as the Scarecrow, but yeah, I do think the Scarecrow is a little bit underused in this film. But yeah,
They don't really give him a costume, so he just puts on a mask and then they give him a voice, I suppose. But yeah, he could have done a bit more. But oh well.
Not only with Tom's way, but if you
Yeah.
manufacture as a suitable course done for our business.
I'm really looking forward to when we get to the sequel because that's easily the best of the trilogy.
Oh yeah, The Dark Knight is like another league of its own. I mean, The Dark Knight Rises is still really good. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, they're all. I mean, they're three very different films. I think, which is interesting.
Yeah. In a couple of years' time, it'll be 10 years since Dark Knight Rises came out in cinema.
Oh yeah, The Dark Knight
That was
Rises was the only one I saw at the cinema of the three.
Yeah, same. That was the only one I saw in the cinema as well. Oh shit! Is that Lashana Lynch?
It's supposed to be.
Is it?
I think that's Lashana Lynch.
Is it? Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I think that was Lashana Lynch.
I'm gonna look that up on IMDb.
You type in Lashana Lynch, Batman Begins.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the pacing is a bit slow. When we finally get to see Batman, you know, it does get going. The first hour is a bit slow.
Yeah, I guess this scene here is a little bit filler, but yeah.
Oh no, the actress who played that secretary is actually called Christine Adams.
All right, she looked like Lashana Lynch. Like she looked, and I'm not saying that because she's black, but she looked almost exactly like her. But yeah.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah.
There's Morgan Freeman.
Oh, I like Morgan Freeman in these things.
I am Morgan Freeman.
Does it come in black?
He's actually pretty good as Lucius Fox.
Yeah, I think so. I agree. He's like the Q to his James Bond, giving him all these gadgets.
Yeah. Could you imagine if he said, I hope we're going to have some gratuitous sex and violence. God, when Morgan Freeman says to him, I hope we're going to have some gratuitous sex and violence. I'm wearing hockey pads.
My God, I am wearing hockey pads.
You know, yeah, you're right. He is kind of like the Q for Batman.
He was never a character that was used in the earlier films, was he?
No, I don't think so.
Bruce Wayne kind of just developed all his own gadgets.
Yeah.
What's
I think they may have created him for the films, or he may have been in the comics. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you know, cave diving.
Cave diving.
Expecting to run too much gunfire.
You do have a top-notch cast in these films.
Yeah. I mean, this trilogy has a superb cast. I mean, Morgan Freeman is good in anything he's in. As is Michael Caine.
Master Wayne, do we really need to make a bat cave?
Charming. So many bats. Bloody hell! It's a huge cave.
Master Wayne. Bloody hell, Master Wayne. God. Can you imagine if he started playing In the Jungle, the Mighty Jungle?
Oh God, yeah.
In the Civil War, your great-great-grandfather was involved in the Underground Railroad, secretly.
You know, Michael Caine is a legend. He's in his 80s now and he's still acting.
He'll go for as long as he physically can do it. Probably until he dies. But let's hope he has another few years left in him.
You know what I find amazing? Clint Eastwood is going to be 90 this year and he's still starring and directing in films.
Wow. I mean, there will probably come a time very soon when he may stop, or he may carry on until he passes away. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Are you my mummy?
Yeah. It's quite cool when he makes a bat suit. I will say the bat suit here is much better than the one in the original films. The one in the original films was quite stiff. You know, he couldn't really turn his neck.
Yeah, especially in the Joel Shitmacher films, when they introduced the bat nipples. I mean, that was just ridiculous.
Or the bat arses as well.
Yeah. Bad boobs.
The bat credit card.
Oh God, that was the worst one.
I love the Nostalgia Critics review of Batman and Robin. The bat credit card.
Oh God.
Oh, is that Oh God. Oh, is that Harvey? Is that Harvey Bullock?
Harvey Bullock, possibly.
No, Bullock.
Yeah, I was joking. Yeah, possibly.
Where's the Dragon critic? I don't see him.
Oh, bollocks.
Oh God, that balaclava. He looks like an IRA terrorist.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I mean, Christian Bale did pretend to be John Connor at one point from the future. He's probably battled terrorists in his past. Picked up balaclava in his time.
Yeah. This is Batman. If we stay the course, we are dead. We are all dead.
He's paid up with the right people.
This is a good scene.
God, he looks like a UDA man.
Yeah.
We're gonna kneecap you, son.
Rachel Dawes.
It's a paperclip.
Just 1 minute.
He put a stapler to the back of his neck and pretended it was a gun.
He's not quite mastered the art of camouflage. He didn't escape as quickly as he would have liked.
I bet he wishes he could be like what's her name from Fantastic Four?
Sue Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Jessica.
thing I will say. One thing I will say about the Fantastic Four films is Jessica Alba.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they only cast her because they wanted her to strip in the films. In both the films that she's in, she has a nude scene. Well, technically in the first one, she doesn't strip nude, but she does strip down to her underwear, which is a bit weird.
Maybe at some point we should commentate on the Fantastic Four films.
God, ladies first.
Fantastic Four, 1994.
Yeah. Well, Jessica Alba is a craptastic whore.
She's yeah.
Well, actually, no, even better, a slaptastic whore.
Yeah. The slaptastic whore. The slaptastic four. It's clobbering time. Oh yeah, we should do audio rant commentary at some point on Fantastic Four 1994.
Yeah, I know, you just said. Yeah, maybe, if we ever feel up to it. But I mean, for now, we'll put it off as long as possible.
Yeah, delay it to the next century.
I like that the Batmobile's kind of different here. It's like an army truck or something. It's really different to how it was before in the other films.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm being honest, I mean, I really like the Batmobile in the Dark Knight trilogy, but I prefer the Batmobile in the Tim Burton films. But that's just me. It's just for me, the Batmobile in the Burton film was cooler because it looked like an actual bat, mobile. This kind of looks more like a black army sort of thing. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is like an army truck. Yeah, more than a Batmobile, but it's still pretty cool. Like when we get to see to the action scene later on. But yeah, what is it with all the characters in this film? They all just double deal. Like everyone's working for this fucking gang. Yeah, even a guy who's supposed to be on the police force.
Yeah, I think it is. Don't get me wrong. It's a good film, but I do think it is a little bit too talky. There's a lot of talking. I mean, I'm not criticizing it, but it is a bit. Come on, let's just sort of get to the point.
Yeah, it is a bit slow, but yeah. Yeah, very soon Batman is.
As a man, I'm corruptible, but as a symbol. Yeah.
But it's cool to see him make the suit, though. I like the design of the suit in this film.
Could I ask you, Mr. Wayne, why do you want to become a bat?
Trim your nails.
Oh God, it's like Superman 4. That's his power, really long nails.
Oh God, don't remind me of that shit.
Oh God, come on. Mark Pillow gave the performance of the century in that film.
Yeah, so much that you wanted to smother him. Okay, now we're getting to Batman. I do agree, perhaps the film could have got to Batman a bit sooner than the first hour, but yeah. Maybe this film is a little too long. I think that might be a criticism, but yeah. I still really like it. I like the drama of it, and I think that is more what it is. But this is a great scene when we're introduced to Batman.
Yeah, I do like it, but I don't think I could give it a 10 out of 10 just because of the pacing and some. Yeah. I mean, I probably give it a 9, 8 or a 9 out of 10, but yeah.
It probably is a tiny bit overrated, but The sequels, I think that the next two are actually improvements.
Yeah. Could you imagine if Nuclear Man fought Batman? Destroy Batman now!
God, yeah.
Where's
Here,
Batman?
Bat.
That's what I want to know.
This is quite tense.
Holy plot twist, Batman! It's me.
Robin, help me!
I'll give you 50% of the profits of all the marshmallowy bits in the cereal.
Whoa, that's pretty freaky. I was just hanging there upside
Yeah.
down, waiting for them.
Yeah, that was. Oh shit.
There's a problem out here. You better bail.
One thing I don't get about Batman is all these guys with machine guns and pistols, and I know he's got armor on, but you'd think that the guys with the pistols would just easily take Batman out, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I guess that's the whole point. He wears dark costumes to camouflage himself. Literally, it nearly comes out at night.
Who are you?
Where are you?
Here. Oh, nice.
Na, Batman.
Pow. Zip. Bang. Wallop.
Oh god, someone should do an edit of that. That'd be so funny.
Yeah, someone probably has. I bet they have. Love how he's actually shitting himself for the first time
in his life.
Hmm.
Well, the thing is, he's trained as a ninja, so. Here.
I'm Batman.
That's a great introduction.
Nice coat.
Nice coat. That was really good. That scene. That was really well done, Chris Nolan.
It's interesting that the Batman suit changes a bit in the sequel.
Yes, he sort of enhances it, doesn't he? In The Dark Knight,
Yeah.
he actually adds sort of sonar technology, I think, into it, doesn't he?
Yeah. This is good, but I do find the pacing a bit slow.
Yeah. Give it a chance, Jackie.
I am giving it a chance. Just like I gave Lego Ninjago a chance.
Take a chance on me.
Shit, she's got a... Was that a gun or what is that?
Probably another stapler. That's a taser.
Imagine if she tasered Batman.
She just did.
No, but it worked on him.
Fuck.
What's this?
Leverage
For what?
to get things moving.
Who are you?
Someone like you. Someone who rattled the cages.
See ya.
I'm surprised she wouldn't. I mean, to me, even though he's wearing a disguise, to me, it's kind of obvious he looks like Christian Bale in a Batman suit.
Yeah. Surely she would just recognize the sound of his voice, even though she knows it's deeper and just more throaty.
Yeah, I got throat cancer.
Like he's tied him up to the signal.
Yeah, that's how the bat signal's created.
Mm.
Yeah.
Calm down.
And then they arrest him. Serves you right, you pillock.
Come on, you're breaking my balls here.
You're Bruce Wayne, the Prince of Gotham.
I do. Didn't Sam Mendes say he sort of got inspiration from the Dark Knight trilogy?
I think there was some inspiration, yeah.
Because I mean, there is that shot in Skyfall where he's looking out across the landscape of London, and I'm like, yeah, that's like Batman looking out towards the landscape of Gotham in the Dark Knight films. But yeah,
Yeah,
but
I think
that's not me. Sorry, that's not me shitting on Skyfall. It's still a great film.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, what about this bat they're babbling about?
Even if these guys will swear in court to being thrashed by a giant bat, we've got Falcone at the scene. Drugs, prints, cargo manifests. This bat character gave us everything.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh god, look at the bruises on him.
Rise and shine, Mr. Wade.
Get your fucking ass out of bed.
I brought you your enzyme shake. Do me a favor, Alfred. Cut out the middleman. Flush it down the toilet.
If those are to be the first of many injuries to come, it would be wise to find a suitable excuse.
Polo.
Strange injuries and non-existent social
I like the relationship between Bruce and Alfred. He really is kind of being mother and father to him, like talking about his injuries and stuff and protecting himself.
Yeah, Christian Bale, I think, is a short arse in real life.
I think so, yeah. He's not the tallest person.
Yeah. I think Michael Caine's taller than him, but yeah.
We have a situation. All right. The Coast Guard picked up one of our cargo ships last night. Heavily damaged. All crews.
Yeah. If there's one thing that I would do to make this film a bit better is introduce Batman a bit earlier, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, now that we've seen him, it's you know, we will start to see him a bit more. The film will pick up a bit.
I think maybe they should have introduced Batman about half an hour into the film. That
Yeah,
would be
or
better.
at least like 45 minutes. Yeah.
It uses focus microwaves to vaporize. Yeah.
But I kind of liked the stuff at the Ninja Store. I thought it was interesting, and you know, I'm quite happy to watch stuff that builds character and adds to emotional drama. But yeah, maybe he could have come in a bit sooner. I do agree with that.
Yeah, I just think some of the I do think parts of Batman Begins are a bit talky, but yeah.
Yeah,
Nice car.
I still really enjoy this film. I still think it's a really good film and a major improvement over the Joel Shitmacher movies.
Oh yeah, well, let's be honest. You know, taking a shit and putting that on screen is better than, you know, Batman and Robin.
Bruce, help me out here.
Yeah, I remember the scene. I always remembered this scene, like, but I always thought it was in Dark Knight.
Funny how he's like having to like play up to them and like pretend he's not Batman. He's like, oh, you know, guy who was a bat, dresses up as a bat, clearly has issues. You know, he's trying to look. We kind of see a bit more of his playboy sort of side, I guess.
Oh god, he's got these prostitutes or whatever
The
who are
hookers.
going in the water. Yeah, these slutty ladies in the water.
He's like, I'm buying this hotel.
I think the Batman deserves a medal.
I mean, this Bruce Wayne, he's quite good because just a cocky bastard.
Mm. I thought they actually had dressing gowns with them.
He's a lucky bastard, isn't he?
Mm. Rachel, rare.
Rachel.
Back. What are you doing?
Billionaire playboy.
We're halfway through the movie now, so that's good.
How are things?
There are slower films.
It's getting worse.
Can change.
Okay, if you have to choose between Batman Begins and Superman 4,
Great show.
So, are there going to be any relevant questions in this commentary? Yeah, like such as, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
Yeah, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
Ooh, what did I have? I had cheese on toast with an egg on top and Frankfurt.
Oh, you had cracking cheese on toast.
Yes, lass. This is a nice reunion with him and Rachel. Like, she kind of, I think, because she thought he was dead this whole time, and to see how much he sort of cares for her, you know. But sadly, their relationship doesn't go anywhere, or it doesn't seem to last in The Dark Knight.
Yeah. Cillian Murphy's a short arse as well.
Yeah, they casted hobbits in this film.
Yeah.
This is quite.
Well, I mean, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, this is quite an intense scene when he exposes him to the gas.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah, I do like the Scarecrow, but I kind of wish he was in it more.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's actually appears in all three films, funnily enough. Although he's only cameoing in the next two.
Yeah. I wonder if Nolan always intended it to be a trilogy, or because I mean, I thought if Heath Ledger didn't die, he might have made a fourth one, but yeah,
I don't know. I mean, if Heath Ledger had lived, I think he may have considered bringing him back for The Dark Knight Rises. But yeah,
I already know what he'll say.
I always thought he might make a fourth one if Heath Ledger had lived, but
yeah. No, I think with the way The Dark Knight Rises ends, I think it was always meant to be three, just to be a trilogy.
I mean, Nolan is, he does a lot of films. Like he he's done a wide range of films, so I think he wanted to move on after doing 3 Batman films.
Yeah,
He just didn't want to. He just didn't want to be known as just a director of Batman films.
yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, yeah, you don't want to be tied to one franchise forever.
Yeah. I love the Scarecrow hood.
Yeah, the mask is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
I thought he's a doctor as well.
Yeah. If I risk it all, could the Scarecrow break my fall? There he is.
Jimbo.
Commissioner Gordon.
Yo, Jim. What's happening, baby?
For $20, I'll bring you to a Ku Klux Klan.
It's a start. Your partner was at the docks with Falcone.
He moonlights as a low-level enforcer.
They were splitting the shipment in two. Only half went to the dealers.
Why? What about the other?
It's interesting that he starts talking to Commissioner Gordon. You think Gordon would be like, "Get away from me, you're a vigilante."
Yeah, I guess because he needs to be kept in the loop with the police force about what's going on, and the police need to know about where he is as well. So I guess he's trying to work with them as well. Like, he doesn't want to be known as a vigilante. I guess he has to be cooperative with the law in some way. Yeah.
I think Gary Oldman was an inspired choice for Commissioner Gordon because he really brings a lot to the role, and Gary Oldman's a great actor. I mean, I loved him in Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, and he was also in Darkest Star. He's a great actor, so it was a great choice.
Yeah.
To have him.
Well.
Where were the other drugs going?
I like this. Where were the other drugs going?
Where to me? Can you imagine if he just said fuck? Okay, fuck you, Batman. No, not that type of swearing.
Holy sex, Batman.
You know the way he's eating a hot dog? Could you imagine if he said, where are the other hot dogs going?
Where are the other wieners going?
You know the way he's got like black eyeliner on? I'm surprised the eyeliner isn't sort of wearing off in the water.
I love the way he interrogated him there, but he's hanging him upside down.
Yeah. Of course, Batman won't kill him because he's Batman.
Shouldn't exist.
Yes.
Ship of Singapore 246 containers.
Yeah. No, I mean this. I think the stuff with Batman is definitely more interesting, but yeah, it is taking its time. But yeah,
It's a slow burner. But it's worth it, I think, when you get further into the film.
yeah.
Yeah, but they probably could have trimmed some of it out.
They could have made it 2 hours, I think, but I mean,
Yeah, it probably was about 20 minutes too long.
yeah.
I love the way it's shot, though. I mean, look at the cinematography. Like, there's a real sort of darkness and sort of sepia about these shots.
I can see clearly now the rainbows.
Yeah, I like that he starts talking to the son as well, of Jim Gordon. Wait, no, or is this just a random kid? I'm not sure.
No, it's just a random kid.
All right.
I think the suit gets better in The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that.
I mean, he could sort of turn his neck more in The Dark Knight. Like the suit is more flexible.
Yeah, he used. I think there's a different material that is used.
Get rid of all traces. Torch the whole place. All right.
Jeez, it's 11:30 at night and my neighbour's dogs are barking. For fuck's sake.
I bet you wish you had the power to be like Batman and just silence those dogs.
Swear to me. No, it's all right. They'll stop. I think they're going to be put to bed now, I would have thought.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's brutal.
Ooh.
Batman smashed his face against the mirror.
The action of these films is pretty gritty and brutal.
I like the stuff that the Scarecrow has, like the fear gas. I mean, I think that's a really effective thing.
Yeah.
You need to lighten up.
It's to lighten up.
It's interesting that it's interesting that he still has that fear of gas. Sorry. No, it's interesting he still has that fear of bats all these years later when he's become Batman. You think he'd have gotten over that fear, but yeah.
Yeah, no, but I guess he never really. I guess him being Batman is kind of the way he does try and overcome that. But yeah, that was pretty intense actually with the Scarecrow. I agree. I think his voice is quite scary as well.
Hey, Scarecrow, do you think I'm hot? Because you just tried to burn me, baby.
I'm gonna get her all over the bridge.
Job's done. Bitch is dead.
Alfred, help me.
That was one stupid thing in Batman versus Superman. He doesn't kill Superman because he's the same name as his mother. Like that's just so stupid, you know.
Oh God, yeah. Ridiculous. No.
We may have to do a commentary on that someday because that film's a mess.
Yeah, I wasn't keen on it. I didn't hate the movie. It was mediocre. I think the first problem for me was casting Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. What an absolutely bizarre piece of casting. Oh.
I think I'd take it slightly over Man of Steel. It's like you said, it's okay. It's not terrible, but it's not great either.
Yeah, they throw Wonder Woman into the film as well, and just the ending, it just got really convoluted. And yeah, they didn't even fight that much, Batman vs Superman. Like they build it up, and it's like a minor tussle. That's really it.
Yeah. I mean, I know you don't have them on DVD or Blu-ray, but at some point we should do a commentary in the first 2 Superman films.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. And if they're on Netflix, then I could watch them.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get them back at some point.
I really like Morgan Freeman in this.
Yeah, he's
Bloody
good.
hell! I can hear those dogs. Bloody hell!
Oh, for fuck's sake. Why is it? It's like 11:30 at night. It's ridiculous.
Looks like someone's been burning the candle at both ends.
Is Mayday barking out there?
Oh,
Sorry,
for fuck's sake.
tonight. I was disrupting the present.
Forgive me for a second while I just mute myself.
Oh no, this kind of adds to the fun of the commentary, but yeah, no, I feel bad for Ollie. It's to deal with those stupid dogs, but yeah, no, yeah, the actress who plays Rachel, she's nice. She's nice eye candy, but she's not the most engaging actress in this film.
Yeah. No, she's all right. And that's fine. No, the dogs aren't stupid. They're just a bit noisy.
Yeah.
It's just because it's so late at night. I don't get it. Like, I think they're going inside now, so it should be all right.
Did you have a word with them?
Subliminally, yes. I just keep. Well, it's nice that she kept the little rock thing that they had as kids. And I'm wrong.
Oh god! You know, you should get them a throw them a bone or something so they run away. But it's like the Blade Runner hangout. Oh god! Oh, this is cool though. With the back cave. Sorry, God. I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm sorry, but yeah. No. Oh. You alright? I thought Ollie was back. Yeah.
Sorry, I just don't want people to watch this back and just hear barking in the background.
God. Sorry. Oh God. I shouldn't be laughing. I really shouldn't. But yeah.
Jesus Christ!
Sorry. Oh God. Oh God. I really shouldn't be laughing. I sound like a dickhead, but yeah. Oh God. This is quite intense. Oh, there he is. There's the scarecrow. Oh, God. Hey, Ollie, I don't think it matters. You can, you alright?
Yeah. It's alright. We'll have to just carry on. If I do mute myself, you know why. You'll just have to try and keep talking.
Well, I think it's okay. You know, it doesn't matter. I mean, at least you know the dogs aren't barking into the microphone. I mean, I could hear you talking most of the time. So I mean, we should continue on. But yeah.
Mm.
Enjoy the reversal.
I respect the mind's power over the body.
We've got about 55 minutes left. But...
Yeah. It's not too long. We've got quite a long action scene coming up, so that will ramp up the pace a bit. And then there's the finale as well, so that takes up a good deal of screen time. So
By the way, I apologize for laughing, but yeah,
No, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
I just find the situation funny, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't get why it was happening now because it's like nearly midnight. So those dogs should have
Those
been
dogs should be asleep.
exactly. Yeah, they've been out all day. They do it all the time. I know they're dogs and they can't really help it, but it's just annoying. Like if I'm trying to record a video or do a commentary, it's not really helpful. Even if I shut the windows, it can. You can still hear them.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Yeah, this scene is quite interesting though, where she sees his operations. And,
Oh God,
Jesus!
She's been gassed.
Yeah. Yeah. Scarecrow looks great in this.
He used to scare me quite a bit as a kid, you know.
Yeah.
The Batman.
I wonder why he took his mask off. Is it like, you know? Yeah.
Because
I don't
he's
get that.
I mean, they all know who he is, and Rachel knows who he is, and I think he just wants to see the Batman like with his own eyes, but it turns out to be his undoing because he sort of gets his own gas sprayed at him.
Yeah. I quite like Rachel, but yeah, I do think they did. I think they did a good job in recasting the actress in Dark. Is it Dark? Yeah, in the Dark Knight. Who plays her in the Dark Knight? Rachel, is it Maggie something?
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why Kate Jones didn't return. Maybe they sacked her, or maybe she just wasn't available. I'm not sure why she wasn't in it.
Is Maggie Gyllenhaal related to Jake Gyllenhaal?
I would have thought so.
Yeah. I'm flying.
Holy smokes!
Maybe they should make that like the villain in the next Batman film, like killer dogs, like the poodles and Hulk.
Oh, no, yeah, her and Jake are brother and sister.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were married. No, I guess they're brother and sister.
He's using his own gas against him.
Jeez, wow, that is really scary. Seeing like all the black Batman.
With that black stuff coming from his mouth.
Ugh, that's disgusting.
Greg isn't here right now. But if you'd like to make an appointment.
If you'd like to make an appointment.
Can you imagine if he said, you know, the person you have looked for is unable to take your call. Please leave a message after the beep.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a nice shot of her. Nice shot of her titties.
Did I see her nipple?
What are you waiting for?
Yeah, we should have got her bat nipples for her outfit.
But if you want to go in now, I'll be right behind you.
Ready and erect at your service.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that guy's Harvey. I think that guy's Harvey Bullock, but he doesn't really look like Harvey Bullock because in the comics and stuff, he wore like a shirt and a tie and a hat. But yeah, supposed to go the more realistic angle of this one.
Well, he's not Harvey Keitel, that's for sure.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I think you're right about them not including the Joker here. It probably would have spoiled the film, and it would have taken away the focus of the origin story, I think.
Yeah, but you say the way he's not Harvey Keitel. Well, he's not Dancing with Virus. Yeah.
Huh.
Could you imagine if Batman had to fight against Travis Bickle?
Oh God. Hmm. This is a good scene.
I would have loved to have seen Joaquin Phoenix against Christian Bale's Batman. I mean, Christian Bale's Batman works really well with Heath Ledger, but it'd been kind of interesting to see him with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker as well. But yeah,
Yeah, that would have been interesting considering Joaquin Phoenix's performance. So he could have easily have taken over the mantle. It would be great to see him go against Batman. I think he probably will. I imagine at some point he may go against Robert Pattinson's Batman in the future. It's weird.
yeah.
Robert Pattinson. I don't know. I mean, he might be good, but I just never imagined that actor playing Batman. Like, I don't know.
I mean, people say that he's a bad actor because of the Twilight films, but if you've seen that film, The Lighthouse, and other films that he's been in, he's actually a good actor. I mean, okay, Twilight, he's not good in Twilight, but if you've seen him in other films, he's actually a pretty good actor. So
Yeah, I mean, he's an alright actor, yeah. Just whether he could do Batman, ooh, I don't know.
I tell you, I never won as Batman.
Humphrey Bogart.
Well,
It's the stuff the bats are made out of.
we'll always have Gotham.
I think Christian Bale will do for now.
You know, James Cagney would have been a great Riddler. Oh yeah, I'm the Riddler. See?
Excuse me.
Oh.
I like how he just like breaks through the prison and sneaks out that way. Huh?
I'll get my car. I brought mine. Yours.
Yours.
The Bat Cleo.
Do.
Can you imagine if he brought his car and it was the Bat Cleo?
I've got to get me one of those. I like that. And what we get is quite a good action sequence with a car chase.
Yeah, to the Bat scooter. I think the pacing is picking up here now. It's actually getting a lot better.
It is, yeah. You just got to get past the first hour. It takes a while. Once we see him as Batman, then that's when the film kicks into gear, I think.
It goes from second gear to fifth gear.
To top gear. And through Gambon and across the line.
Oh god, Jeremy Clarkson is like in the Batmobile. This Batmobile can do 50 miles an hour.
0 to 60 in 0 seconds. I mean,
Tonight, the Stig is going to be driving the Batmobile.
Rachel has been poisoned, and Bruce wears a bat suit. Down. No, what I like about this action scene is the fact that there's a lot of stake to it, because Rachel is dying, like she's been poisoned, and he needs to get her back to the cave so he can give her an antidote. But yeah, time is of the essence.
I never understood why he chose Harvey Dent over Rachel in The Dark Knight. You'd think, I mean, Rachel was like someone who's really close to him. You'd think he would save Rachel, but no.
Yeah, well, because I think he was planning to go for Rachel, but the Joker tricked him, and he told Batman the wrong places with the wrong people. So the two places they went to, the police went after Harvey Dent, but they discovered actually Rachel died, and he ended up saving Harvey Dent. So I guess the Joker did that to fuck around with him, because he knew how close Rachel was with him. So yeah.
It's interesting how he becomes Two-Face in Dark Knight. that he gets his face, half his face is in the oil, and then the explosion lights the oil on fire. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean we'll definitely get to that next time. That's going to be probably the most fun of the three to watch.
Yeah. Some people complain that The Dark Knight Rises was too long, but I didn't mind the pacing of that film.
I suppose it was a bit long. I mean, yeah, it was nearly 3 hours, but I didn't mind it so much. I mean, I don't mind this one being 2 hours 20. Maybe they could have cut some of it, but all three of the films are long.
Yeah, I probably think maybe this should have been 2 hours, but it's still a good film.
I mean, with The Dark Knight Rises, there's a long period where he isn't Batman. He has to physically rebuild himself and get out of the pit. So maybe that does go on a bit, but I do really like all three of these films. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what trilogy would you take? This trilogy or the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy?
Again, can we have some relevant questions, please?
What do the dogs? What do the dogs say?
Don't ask them. I think they're having their nap.
How to Train Your Fido?
How to lick yourself. Dun 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 dun. Uh-oh, she's gonna die.
Rachel!
Hurry.
Could you imagine if she just did? Could you imagine if she did die, and that'd be kind of an anticlimax?
That would be tragic. It's quite tragic the way she does die in The Dark Knight, actually.
But I mean, that does give the film dramatic weight, which is good.
Yeah.
I get any of this crap into the mains? Oh yeah. Notify the water company.
I like the fact that Commissioner Gordon actually gets stuff to do in these films, because in the Tim Burton and Schumacher ones, Commissioner Gordon did nothing. He had no interaction with Batman.
Yeah, he was very underused. He just appeared on a screen every so often and just said, "Oh, Batman, can you help us with this? Can you help us with that?" You know, there wasn't as much of a character relationship.
Oh, he's got a nice chest.
Now be lost.
Mm.
You were poisoned.
Who's Sergeant Crane?
Rest. Gordon, that's great.
Sergeant.
Well, does she know that she's Bruce?
I'm not sure what friends.
She's Bruce. What?
No. Sorry. No. Does she? I said, does she know that he's Bruce?
Not at this stage. No, I don't think so. Later on, he does give it away to her, but yeah, it's not till the end.
By the way, my name's Spider-Man.
Drive that fucking soul.
God. I just want to say that our trains are the safest form of public transformation.
Public transformation.
When you told me your grand plan for saving Gotham, the only thing that stopped me from calling the men in white coats was when you said that it wasn't about thrill seeking. It's not. What would you call that?
I have to say, Mr. Wayne,
Thrill
that
seeking.
It's a miracle.
you failed to maintain your weapons, son.
Rules of the road, Alfred. You're getting lost inside this monster of yours. And
You see, Mr. Wayne, I fought in the Zulu Wars.
But Thomas Wayne helping others wasn't about proving anything to anyone.
What if Alfred is the voice of reason for Bruce, even though he never listens to him? Then in the
Could you imagine
third,
if
actually leaves.
What you're doing.
Could you imagine if Alfred said to him, "I'm the king of thieves, Mr. Wayne. I'm the one who stole
I'm the
money
king of
from
the
the
swingers,
Hat
the jungle VIP. I reached the top and had to stop, and that's what's bothering me.
Not just your name, sir. It's your father's name.
go home and have your lovely beans on toast, Mr. Wayne.
The coldest blood runs through my veins. You know my name.
Mr. Wayne, go home and have your lovely beans on toast.
How old is he? What? Fucking 40?
You know, I really like the way Christian Bale distinguishes the two personalities as Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Yeah. And unlike Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, there's a distinction, you know, between the two.
Yeah.
Oh
God, we may have to commentate on the amazing shit films at some point.
Yeah. That doesn't sound like a request. That sounds like an order.
Oh no, I'm not ordering you, son. I'm not ordering you.
So they think he's fucking... Oh God, they think he's going to fucking assault her or like rape her or something. Oh God.
Yeah. It's kind of funny in a dark way.
Yeah. It's such a dark film. I mean, it gets away with dark humor.
Yeah. Don't worry, I wouldn't order you to watch the amazing shit films.
It would feel like I would have been gassed by Dr. Crane.
I'm not that much of a dick. I wouldn't order you to fucking do a commentary on them. Yeah.
You're welcome.
But
I
seriously,
demand that you do this commentary.
you better do that commentary, you prick.
Yes, ma'am.
He's planning to disperse the toxin using the water supply.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You.
I demand, Ollie, that you commentate on the amazing Spider-Man.
Well, that's lovely, but I'm afraid I've got plans.
I mean, for feck's sake, why don't you commentate on How to Train Your Dragon 3?
Because I have a life.
Don't lie, Ollie. You have no life.
Oh yeah, because I'm so lost without you. Ugh.
I mean, to be honest with you, why the fuck did you say you prefer Lego Movie 2 The Abominable?
Neat. Now,
Oh God, yeah, this is where it all comes back to him.
Mr. Raz Al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul.
Uh-oh.
Doof,
Spaghetti.
You're not Ra's al Ghul. Watched him die. But is Ra's al Ghul immortal?
You.
Are his methods?
It's a bit late to introduce him, isn't it? An hour and 43 into the film.
Yeah, we'll reintroduce him. I suppose so.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe if they cut some of the bits in the first hour, maybe it would have felt a bit quicker. But basically,
I know,
it's
it's just they got less than 40 minutes of the film left, and that's when you reintroduce him. It's just I don't really get that, but yeah.
I guess that's why they brought the Scarecrow in, because they wanted to give the audience something else to get intrigued by in the plot. And then, yeah, this may have felt like a dramatic scene.
Yeah. More like the Scareho.
Thank you all for coming here tonight and drinking all of my booze. Not really. There's a thing about being a Wayne.
My name is Wayne, Bruce Wayne.
Does he have an uncle, John Wayne?
So here's to you people.
Get on your saddle, Pilgrim.
All of you,
Yeehaw!
all you phonies, all of you two-faced friends, you sycophantic suck-ups.
You sycophantic suck-ups.
You
It's
all-
horrifying, insulting everyone. Like, what have they ever done to him?
Please.
Could you imagine if he said, "You all jumped on the Bruce Wayne bandwagon"?
He's just tarnished his own reputation and his family's his own family's reputation, just so he can save their lives. That takes a lot, you know.
Could you imagine though if he said, "You all jumped on the Bruce Wayne bandwagon"? I was like, "What's that? It's a gas mask. It's a gas mask."
Dr. Crane sends his regards.
His toxin was derived from the organic compound we found
Yeah, we discover that
I,
the Scarecrow and Ra's al Ghul are working together.
I
They
volunteer for
unleash
free
deadly
upgrade.
toxin through the water supply.
They should have had Michael Caine as Dr. Crane.
Oh yeah, Dr. Kane.
Dr. Kane. I volunteer for a free upgrade, sir.
Yeah, I'm not ready yet.
This reminds me of Arkham Asylum, the video game when he released all the prisoners.
Funny enough, you mentioned that. I think they got inspiration from the Nolan movies with those games. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really play Arkham Knight that much, but that one reminded me of these films because the Batmobile was very similar, and you could drive around in that. I think Arkham City was the best. That one was excellent. The first two games were awesome. Origins was okay. And yeah, Arkham Knight I didn't play that much.
I mean, Ra's al Ghul's a dickhead. Bruce Wayne saved his life.
Yeah, and this is the thanks he gets.
Time to play. When I found you in that jail, you were lost. But I believed in you.
You know, I think they should have either made Scarecrow or Ra's al Ghul the main villain instead of having them both in there.
I guess I can see your point. I mean, we don't see them interact at all that much, really, or hardly.
You know, he looks like Colonel Sanders with that mustache and beard.
I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll burn your house down.
I will find you, Bruce Wayne, and I will kill you.
But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills that can be a nightmare for someone like you.
Could you imagine if he said to Bruce Wayne, I could buy you a KFC for 99p.
Yeah. Lol.
Such as your parents.
Can I have a bite?
Guns down by one of the very people that are trying to help. Create enough hunger and everyone becomes...
I can't decide whether you should live or die.
It's kind of sad that they burn his house down.
This time, no misguided idealists will get in the way. Like your father, you like...
Yeah, it's quite shocking that they destroy Wayne Manor in the first of the trilogy.
Walk up behind
Yeah.
and stab them in the heart.
It doesn't get rebuilt until Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. And then he nearly loses it.
Justice is balance. You burned my house, so left me for dead.
What do you mean he left you for dead? He rescued you, you arsehole.
Exactly, yeah. He rescued him. I mean, yeah, the house burned down, but still, you know, he saved his life. Ungrateful prick.
Mr. Sandman. Oh wait, wrong film.
Nice that Alfred runs in and saves him, you know. He's so loyal. That's him.
Mr. Wade, I told you to turn the cooker off.
This is above my pay grade, Mr. Wayne. Oh wait, I don't get paid. Fuck you.
What am I, your fucking butler? Oh wait, yeah, I am.
Yeah. Rachel.
He's got a tail of two titties.
I don't think he would be if he was standing right there in front of the door, watching it burn. I suppose it's a bit convenient how he runs through the door of right round the corner from where where Bruce was.
Mr. Wade, bloody hell, move it.
Oh, well, that line he says all those push-ups in it. You can't lift a bloody log.
Well, he was knocked out, so.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. White, I guess your house is gonna burn, baby bird.
Yeah. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down.
What if I got Alfred? Everything my family, my father built.
Uh-oh, he's wounded.
Hmm.
To save Gotham. I failed. What do we, folks? So to make ourselves up.
That's a
That's
great
a nice thing.
Give up on me.
Never. Oh, he never gives up on him, and I love that line. He said, why do we fall? So we learn to pick ourselves up, and that's a good message. It's a message everyone should sort of take on board, because life will get hard, and it's always about picking yourself up and moving on and keep going.
Yeah. No matter how hard life hits you, it's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you get hit and keep moving forward.
It's about how much you can maintain your weapons.
What are you doing?
Mutual friend sent me this Tarax face toxin.
Did Gary Oldman grow that mustache, or is it a fake mustache?
I'm not actually sure, Perhaps it was fake. We're nearly at the end now, I think.
Yeah. Funnily enough, I think Gary Oldman's from the East End of London.
He is. He's actually related to the actress that plays Mo in EastEnders. They're actually brother and sister.
Yeah, I knew that, yeah. So funny. Thing is, she looks nothing like him, even though she's his sister.
I think they're like half brother and half sister. It's that kid from earlier. Oh,
what a dickhead.
supposed to be the policeman.
Can you find my mom? He just pushes him away. Like, fuck you.
Oh, he's one of Ra's al Ghul's men, that's why.
Hello, sugar tits.
Jim?
Where's Arnold Schwarzenegger when you need him?
All right, everyone, chill.
Jesus, the pressure and spiking.
He's trying to seduce you, dick.
This must have been a hard thing to shoot, but with all the fog for the gas using.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of wish it would hurry up a little bit, but yeah. We've still got another 26 minutes left.
Oh, fuck. Huh. He's a prick, that guy.
This is Commissioner Cole. Come on, somebody talk.
You either use your prick or lose your dick.
It's the stuff that dreams are made out of.
Not wearing hockey pad. Boing. I'm pretty sure that shot of the Batmobile coming out of the Batcave, I'm pretty sure that was a model shot.
Well, maybe it might have been.
It looked like it. Bloody hell, 15 years ago.
I love the way that she's comforting the kid.
Scarecrow. There's nobody left to save.
There's one.
Oh, there he is. The Incredible Sulk.
God. Sulk.
You know, you could call Batman the Incredible Sulk because like I bet he was sulking about his dead parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
Covering Gotham in this poison. I'm gonna stop it from pulling that train, but I may need your help. What do you need?
Yeah, I think Bale lost weight for the second and third film. He looks a little bit more pudgy in this, but yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that scene earlier when he's doing push-ups, he's still got a six-pack.
Yeah, that's one thing I will say. Scarecrow is a bit wasted, but yeah.
Oh, God, they're like the zombies.
Where's John Malkovich when you need him?
Don't touch the kid.
Haven't you seen us?
That sounds wrong.
Well, I wasn't talking to you.
I know, but it still sounds wrong. God.
Oh,
You're trying to send my pedo.
then he said, "Hit me with your red stick."
It's nice to be a lunatic. You know, the Joker would say that. He'd be like, it's nice to be a lunatic. Where is Harvey Dent?
What will do? It finds me.
Bruce?
There we go. Now she knows. Dun 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 dun. Go, Batman, go!
Where is Harvey Dent?
You know where he is? That mask.
Yeah. Oh, like you're. Oh, it's Batman. Oh.
It'll be extremely painful for you.
It'll be extremely painful, Batman.
We have a city to destroy. I can't beat two of your pawns. As you wish.
I have to say, these films put the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy to shame.
Yeah, well, they're very different films to them.
I mean, I think we only like this because of nostalgia.
Keep telling yourself that, baby.
Whoopsie daisy.
These action scenes are pretty slick, you know.
Yeah. You know, I think I actually prefer the first Spider-Man film to Batman Begins, but that's just me.
Fair enough.
Oh, do you prefer this to the first Spider-Man film?
Well, I think this trilogy is more consistent than the Spider-Man trilogy, but I still love the Spider-Man trilogy.
You're more of a fan of Spider-Man, though, aren't you? As a superhero.
Yeah, but judging them as films, I do really quite like Batman Begins.
No, I like it as well. I don't think it's perfect, but that's just me.
How about Gordon's driving the Batmobile? No.
ships, and if that pressure reaches us, the water supply right across the whole city is going to blow.
Whoa. Hang on, Batman. I mean, we can agree, though, that this is a successful reboot. You know.
Yeah. But I think I prefer Casino Royale to this.
Oh, yeah, of course. It's a no-brainer. But then again, we're more Bond fans, I think.
No, but I just think Casino Royale as a film is better than Batman Begins. But that's not to say Batman Begins is bad. You know?
Familiar, don't you have anything new? How about this?
Could you imagine if Spider-Man came in and stopped the train like in Spider-Man 2?
Oh, yeah.
He's just a kid, no older than my son.
This is a good final. Sorry. It's a good final fight.
Yeah. It's pretty intense.
Russell.
Nice ride.
Put it in drive.
Woo!
I don't know how Gordon is controlling that.
He's using the Force.
It's interesting that Ra's al Ghul is still a force to be reckoned with, even though Batman's like younger.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he kind of trained him, so I guess he kind of anticipates his every move.
You're just an ordinary man on a cape. That's why you couldn't fight injustice, and that's why you can't stop this train. Who said about stopping it?
Yep, beat him at his own game.
You never learned to mind your surroundings. To do what is necessary, I won't kill you.
Yeah, of course he won't kill him because he's Batman.
Yep. I'm not going to save you this time.
You know, he said he won't kill you, but he won't save you.
Yeah.
Well, technically, he did kill him because he didn't save his life.
Yeah. Well, he left him for dead, so I suppose it counts in a way.
Yeah, I think you can tell some of that is miniature sets there.
This is good, though. Nice. It's a good bit of spectacle.
No, I'm not slagging it off.
It's funny how Ra's al Ghul accepted his death. He knew that there was no way out, so he just kind of closed his eyes and let it happen.
Yeah. It's interesting that the only Batman villain to live is a Joker, I think, at the end of The Dark Knight.
Yeah, that'd be my one complaint about The Dark Knight is that, like, what happens to the Joker? I'm assuming they just arrest him because we don't see him, like, afterwards. Like, he gets, he gets captured and then that's it. I don't really know what happened.
I seem to remember firing you.
That actress who plays the secretary, she looks a lot like Lashana Lynch.
She does a bit, but looking at her just now, I know she's not completely the same.
That's the front page of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I mean, Should be telling Batman to stay in his lane.
Bruce Wayne,
Yeah.
what makes you think you can decide?
Drunken billionaire burns down home. They're blaming it on him.
Company went public a week ago, and I bought most of the shares. Various charitable foundations, trusts, and so forth. Look, it's all a bit technical, but the important thing is that my company's future is secure. Right, Mr. Fox?
Right you are, Mr. Wayne. Didn't you get the memo?
Didn't you get the memo?
He's fixing that well. She knows he's Batman.
No, Bruce.
I see nipples.
The day that Jill died,
I see titties.
I said terrible things.
Where's Blowfire Lash?
I mean, to be fucking honest with you, the only reason Ollie likes this is because of nostalgia.
Never stopped thinking.
Yeah.
Yes. And when I heard you were back, I started to hope.
Everything is awesome.
Smoochy, smoochy.
Oh. Kissing Christian Fail.
Christian Fail. That's what he would have been called if everyone thought he was shit.
Yeah.
And I found out about
Christian Male.
Mm.
it's your mask. Your real face is the one that criminals now fear. Man I loved. The man who vanished. You know,
Mm.
maybe he's still out there somewhere. Maybe someday it would have got them.
Good for you, love.
Yeah. Stop lusting over him, will you?
Just fucking snog him and be done with it. As she just did.
Bloody hell.
We're only
Hey,
supposed
Mr.
to
Wayne.
hold off.
You do choose your enemies, don't you, Mr. Wayne?
Just like me.
I can see your nipples through that shirt.
Yeah, same.
Nice view.
So where's he going to live now? I mean, he could, I suppose, he'll be sleeping in her bed tonight.
I think Katie Holmes was cast for 2 reasons.
Yeah. Aww. It's nice that he finds the old stethoscope that's burned.
What will you do?
Some nice poignant moments in this film.
Rebuild it?
He'll become the next Doctor because he got a stethoscope.
Yeah.
Could imagine if he just slept in that burning wreckage.
Yeah. This is his home now.
Yeah, why? I thought this might be a good opportunity for improving the foundations. In the southeast corner. Precisely so.
Precisely so.
It's going to take a fucking while to rebuild.
Yeah. Yeah, quite a few years.
Couldn't find any blood losses. Well, it's lieutenant now. You really started something.
The bat signal.
Narrow.
Hey, Commissioner, do I get a bat scooter?
To the back. Scooter! Do 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 do.
What about escalation?
Fathers for Justice, right on.
Semi-automatics, they buy weapons. We start wearing Kevlar. They buy armor.
I remember, like, I think it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt at the end of Dark Knight Rises. He's called Robin and he finds the Batcave. I don't know why the hell. I don't know why the hell Christian Bale put that in. You know, it's like, you know, just don't have Robin in it at all if you're not going to make another one, you know?
Oh, I like that. The Joker. Setting up for the next one.
I never said thank you. And you'll never have to.
Nice.
Whee!
There we go. That was Batman Begins.
Was it? I thought it was Superman 4.
Right. Apologies about the technical issues earlier. Woof, woof, woof. I'll hand this over to Jack. So, Jack, please give us your overall summary on Batman Begins, and what would you rate it out of 10?
Who let the dogs down? No, joking. Batman Begins. I think this is a good film. I've always sort of had I've always had weird feelings about this film. Like, I've never been as mad about this film as other people have, and I think for me, I mean, this is just my personal opinion, but I still think this is probably the weakest of the trilogy. But it's not a bad film. It is a good film. I do like Christian Bale as Batman. We've got some good action sequences. Liam Neeson is good as Ra's al Ghul. I like the origin story of Batman here, and I like Michael Caine as Alfred. He's great. Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon. I do have some problems with it though. Like, I do think them taking an hour to get to Batman is a bit, I mean,
Too
it does
long.
take too long. I like the Scarecrow, but I do think he is, he could have been in it a bit more. And I do think reintroducing Ra's al Ghul, like, an hour and 43 minutes into the film was maybe a bit too late, but it's still a good film. But I do have some issues with the pace. I do think the film does drag. I mean, there are some points where the film's really great, but I do think at points the film does drag along, and
Yeah.
I do think you could have introduced Batman into the film sooner, and and like I said, I do think Scarecrow could have been in it a bit more, and maybe you could have just have Ra's al Ghul come into the film earlier, like an hour into the film, or an hour and 15 or something. But yeah, it's a good film though. But I do think for me it's because of the trilogy. I do have, like I said, I have a few pacing issues, some problems with the Scarecrow not being in it. That he could have been in it a bit more, and I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. But yeah.
Well, that's good. So it's gone up slightly in your estimation.
Yeah, well, I mean, I originally gave it a 5 out of 10, so...
Yeah, you just thought it was all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fair enough.
It's good. It's good for me, but not perfect. But yeah.
No, that's fine. I mean, it's still it's still a good film for you, and whatnot. So that's good, even if it is your least favorite. Yeah, I really liked this film. I thought it was great. It was well done. It was a bit slow. I think maybe the pacing could have been tightened up a bit. It was maybe a little bit too long. But I really liked Christian Bale as Batman and Bruce Wayne. He did a great job with the film, with his role. Katie Holmes was all right, I suppose, as Rachel, but her successor will be a lot better. But she's okay. Gary Oldman as Jim Gordon, he's very good, and he will get more to do in the next one, especially. You've got Cillian Murphy and Liam Neeson as the villains. The villains are good. I wouldn't say they're the best villains of the trilogy, but they're probably the weakest villains, but they're still pretty good. I do agree the Scarecrow was kind of underused, but I liked all the scenes where he was like gassing people with his hallucinogen. That was kind of cool. And Ra's al Ghul, Liam Neeson, he does a good job. Maybe his reintroduction is a bit late, but still, I think it works fine. And I like the scenes where he's training him as a ninja, and Bruce Wayne is going on a journey of kind of discovery, and he's trying to get over the grief of his parents' death, and he's trying to find some peace in his life. And I like his journey of becoming Batman, and when he builds the suit, that is really good. It does take a while to get to him wearing the Batman suit, I'll admit that. Yes, that's fine. But there are some really great emotional scenes here. I like the beginning where we see the young Bruce Wayne and we see the death of the parents. That was done really well. I think that was actually done better in this film than in the Burton one, personally. But yeah, it probably is the weakest of the three, but I still enjoy it. I think there's a lot of good stuff in here, but I think there's a lot of even better stuff in the next couple of films. And yeah, the music score by Hans Zimmer is good as well. I love the music themes of the film. It's also a good crime thriller as well. I think it's like the look of Gotham is really cool, and the sort of the world building I think works really well. Alfred as well. Michael Caine as Alfred is really good. Yeah, it's a great start to this trilogy. I love the way it ends with him showing the card of the Joker, so we knew who we were going to get for the next one. So I would probably give it a 9 out of 10. I would say tighten up the pacing a bit, but other than that, and maybe Katie Holmes is a little bit weak, but I don't really have many criticisms with it. I think the action scenes are good, although maybe there could have been a couple more action scenes, perhaps. The action scenes are a bit short. They could go on a bit longer, but I think they're all good for when they're there. So I think this is a highly entertaining film, and it makes up for the mess that was the Joel Schumacher films. So yeah.
Come on, you know, Batman and Robin was a masterpiece
Of absolute shit. Yes,
shit.
yeah. Yes. Yeah. But no, yeah, it's a great movie. I really like it. Yeah, it is a little long, perhaps, but I still think there's a lot of great stuff to be had here, and I would probably give it a 9 out of 10. Yeah, it's really well done, but I do think the next one is even better, and I think The Dark Knight Rises is probably a bit better as well. But as a trilogy, it's really great.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And thank God those barking dogs fucked off.
Yeah, sorry about that. I apologize to the viewers who had to listen to that. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything I could do about it, but I think they've gone to bed now anyway. But yeah, no, it's thank you all for watching and listening. And yes, we will be doing commentaries on The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. So stay tuned next time when we commentate on The Dark Knight, which will be pretty awesome, I think. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's it. That's it for us. Jack, do you want to say anything else before we finish?
I'm not wearing hockey pads. Yeah.
Good for you, man. Yeah. So bring your hockey pads next time as we look at The Dark Knight. So yeah, this has been fun. It's been fun once again. Thank you, Jack. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, see you for The Dark Knight. So until next time, I'm Mr. Tyler Sullivan, and this is Jack, the Film Fanatic. See you later. Bye. Ending broadcast.